Here's from the New York Post. Here's an article for you. Headline: Mets have high hopes for young pitching trio knocking at the door to help in the future. Now hit that subscribe button if you want to know what's going on with the Mets, their prospects, and everything to do with the Mets farm system. And it's written by Mike Puma. The class of 21 is a source of pride for the Mets as they look toward their pitching future. Christian Scott, Mike Vasil, and Dominic Hamill likely won't be candidates to break camp with the team, but the trio of top organizational pitching prospects, all drafted by the Mets in July 2020, will receive a first significant opportunity for evaluation in Major League Spring Training. A fourth pitcher I can mention was drafted in 21. Was Calvin Ziegler. He was hurt last year. He's been hurt pretty much since they signed him. But keep an eye on him. If he's healthy, he's got a chance to be really good. Number 3 starter, 4 starter. The Mets originally planned to have that group start this team's first 3 exhibition games this spring, but an audible was called about 2 weeks ago. Tyler McGill, Jose Butto, and Max Kranick are now scheduled to those starts beginning Saturday, according to pitching coach Jeremy Hefner. But there is still a plan to incorporate Scott, Vasil, and Hamill into games later in the first week. Quote, coming into the camp, we have a pretty good idea to who they are as pitchers, manager Carlos Mendoza said. The big keys there are getting ready for their season as well. There is no rush and don't try to do anything crazy, especially early in camp, but we know who they are. And Miguel Butto and Joey Lucchesi, among others, the Mets have depth behind their projected starting 5 of Kodai Senga, Luis Severino, Jose Quintana, Sean Manaea, and Adrian Hauser. But Mendoza can also envision the prospects receiving an opportunity this season. To get to 162 games, you are going to need a lot of them, and they are right there in the conversation. We'll be talking about depth, and they provide that in the quality arms. They have got things they need to continue to work on, just like all of them. But it's important to have guys that are knocking at the door that at some point are going to be a big part of what we're trying to do. Scott, who's 24, is widely regarded as the organization's top pitching prospect after a season in which he started 19 games at 3 levels, getting as far as Double-A Binghamton. The right-handed pitched to a 2.57 ERA with 107 strikeouts and 87 two-thirds innings overall. The University of Florida product began his professional career as a reliever and didn't become a full-time starter until late last season. An oblique strain early in the season prompted Scott to change his mechanics and utilize his lower body and receive better play of his fastball. As a reliever coming up, I only had to go out for an inning or two, and being able to stay consistent for 6 or 7 innings takes an adjustment or 2, Scott said. Vasil, who's 23, reached Syracuse in the second half of last season, but said he initially struggled in adapting to the automated strike zone. He was encouraged by the fact that he allowed 3 earned runs or fewer in 6 of his final 8 starts. Quote, no excuses, but it definitely was an adjustment at first, and I would say it played more of a mental game than a physical game, because once I got used to it, I knew I could throw strikes like I typically do, Vasil said. But I think at first when you are not getting calls, you think you would, because it's an automatic zone, and that definitely messes you up. I think once I got in the groove there at the end of the year, those last 6 to 8 starts, I finished strong, and I was really happy about it. Right here, they had a cameo with the Mets in spring training last year, traveling to start against the Braves. Team officials were pleased with the composure Vasil showed in that outing. Overall, the former University of Virginia standout pitches to a 4.79 ERA last year, 26 starts for Binghamton and Syracuse. Hamill, the organization pitcher of the year in 2022, spent all of last season at Binghamton, where he pitched to a 3.85 ERA and 26 appearances, 160 strikeouts and 124 innings. The first third of the year, I definitely started off well and then went through a rough patch, just figuring out my usage and a couple of new pitches, said Hamill, who added a sweeper and a cutter. Hamill's 24, recognized the opportunities there this season for himself, Scott, and Vasil. Quote, it's cool watching them pitch and be successful in their own ways, Hamill said. It's even better knowing we're from the same draft class. So, let me know what you think about this video. Hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.